Alright, what is up, worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel. Jimmy Flippin' Deals. In case you didn't know, now you know. Welcome back. Oh man, another day. It was a opportunity for sourcing. It was an opportunity for listing. There is a little bit more room here. Almost all of the front seat is full, empty, full. It has been full, now it's empty. So that is a win. Not a lot of sales. Matter of fact, just one going out. And unfortunately, I got to pick up an early cancellation from where a guy caught me before it actually went from the drop. I had to go pull it till now. Let me see if I can kick on some air in here. Yeah, that's better. For those that don't know, I don't have AC, so this isn't gonna last long. Either I've got to fix the AC or figure out another way to keep doing these videos. I will take the car to the shop and see how much that looks like. I don't know if it's worth it to me. I'm cheap. But at any rate, I know I do like AC. Nevertheless, he caught me before they went out, so I was able to, hopefully, they had it in hand. Hopefully they were able to remember not to send it out with the mail that ran. Also, I was able to delete the label, so no harm, no foul, no postage, no nothing, you know. I mean, it didn't cost me anything other than time to box up the 2 units and stick them in a box. So those things unfortunately happen. Luckily, it happened before it actually got away, or it would have cost me postage, return fees, all of that. Matter of fact, you know, I need, and for people that sell on Amazon and other similar marketplaces, you know, and even eBay, to I guess to some extent, eBay shipping structure is a little different where you can protect yourself a little bit more. But when do I just automatically accept the returns rather than paying the postage back? You know, case in point, yesterday I got a return. I had $1 in the item, literally. And I spent $4 in postage, and the return shipping was $9.63. $9.63 for a $1 item that already had $4 in postage on it. Now I've sold 100 of these without issue and make $1 or $2 every time. So I'm still in the positive for those that want to say, well, I wouldn't even sell that item. I can understand that perspective. However, I do see the profitability in it. Just feel the need, without training customers, to just initiate a return from the house, you know, in hopes that they get the product for free. You know, I don't want to do that either. So, but I don't want to pay $9.63 to ship back a $1 item that I already added $4 in postage to. You know, that's a horrible way to do business. So if I can, you know, although even with returns, I'm still well into the acceptable profitability of it. If I can limit those returns, especially on a large scale, you know, I mean, because things are getting bigger, then how much money do I realistically preserve out of my pocket by doing so, you know? So I've been thinking about that the last 24 hours, because that irks me to spend roughly $13.63 on an item that I got $1 in, so $14.63 loss on something that only potentially makes me a $2 profit. You know, and it doesn't discourage me from selling that item. Like I say, I just want to limit my liability in the case of returns, or in the event of returns. And I've got a lot of products that are similar to that eat into me, and I'm sure y'all do as well. you know, and at least with eBay, you know, they're somewhat on the hook. Amazon, if you structure your shipping template to some extent, especially for buyer's remorse, you know, but you know, you're still eating it as a business owner, and not that it's killing me. I just want to figure out how to limit it. And so I've been thinking about the auto accept function for things under a certain dollar amount. Other than that, I told you I had the opportunity to work on listing last night, and I'm glad I did, because one of the things that I listed sold, which I'm super excited when that happens. It makes me feel like the work I'm doing immediately comes back to me. You know, when it sits there 2 years or a year and a half or 6 months or 3 months, you know, you list 100 things and then nothing happens, right? And other than knowing the business and knowing it's not, it has a defeating feel to it. But when they instantly come back, I'll be right back. All right. So I did get the package, which is nice. Oh, and the way the new poly sealer works, the impulse sealer, check out how sweet that looks. Pretty professional, huh? Yeah, I think so. Matter of fact, I have decided to, I normally double bag my clothes. I put it in a bag, I seal it, and then I put it in another one. I don't know if y'all are the same way. I feel like for just a few pennies, right, that it helps the presentation aspect. But I think when I was following that train of thought, I realized that I could do with these clear bags, and right now to some extent, and I limited, and maybe I've mentioned this in other videos that I've been thinking about this, but you know, I have dogs, and the occasional dog hair does happen. I got a long-haired shepherd, so I although no matter how clean I keep the house, occasionally I'll catch a dog hair where it shouldn't be. And I am super dog friendly, so at any rate, one way to eliminate that and make things better on the customer, make things better on me, ultimately it'd be a time saver long term, not short term, but long term. Oh goodness, lots of ambulances and stuff over there. Is do clear poly bags, catch the clothing before they come in to the store, and de-sticker, and then put in a clear poly bag and seal it up with the UPC facing outward, and then from there stick it in a tote. You know, maybe do a hole punch in it in case there's any humidity or anything that needs to equalize through there or whatever. Protect from dry rot, or I've heard some things like with shoes, if you keep them sealed up, that they can start cracking and stuff over time, you know. So, but by putting, you know, a hole punch through it still would allow air, but you know, virtually eliminate any chance for hair to come across or anything like that. So that's definitely an option. And then it would be no more than taking the clear bag and sticking it into a poly bag. So it's still the same 2-bag system, except for this time the inner bag is clear, which I think is a more of a you know, to some small fraction of a, you know, feeling, an ooh-ah moment when you open up the first package and then you see the clear package in there. You know, I think it screams professionalism. I think it screams legitimacy, which I think ultimately provides confidence in the product. And by doing that, maybe it will further help to minimize returns. Returns aren't super huge. I know I keep going back to them. But here's the deal, you know, like my company, the one I work on like Main Street, my Main Street job. You know, when it decided to start baling its cardboard trash rather than throwing it away, not only did they save the money that it took out to dispose of the cardboard in the first place, which I don't remember how much that is, but as a company, it made them $1 million a year. It made them $1 million a year by changing the way that they dispose of trash. So, you know, I implement that, or that's the perspective I look at some of these losses with, is the fine-tuning, you know, what do you call it, the exaggerated outcome of each one of these changes. Definitely saves a lot more money than the initial thought ever cost me. So I do believe I will test run the auto accept function on the returns up to a certain extent, you know, and I'm a one-man show, so if they take advantage of it, if customers take advantage of it, then I'll absolutely have to stop. But you know, that I'm kind of approaching it the same way I did Venmo and Cash App at first on a local basis. And it was like, well, I'll give it a shot until somebody screws it up. So I think that's where I'm at with it, is I'll give it a shot until somebody screws it up. You know, and it'll take more than one. I mean, returns do happen. But ultimately, if I'm not paying an additional $9.63 per 4-ounce object, maybe I'll come out ahead. Short of that, guys, that's the ramblings in my head today. I do appreciate you showing up. Hopefully there's a lot of sales today. Hopefully your store is doing well. If you have a store, if you're a viewer that enjoys the content, thank you. Please consider subscribing. Short of that, guys, I'm coming around the corner to my work. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll tell you more about work later. I don't have time for the story now, but I will talk to y'all later. All right, bye.